Good morning. Okay, we're on to day 3 of my sauce. I want to show you some things. So first of all, day 2 was all about sausage. So I now have cooked that sausage all day yesterday. So this is what the sausage, let me see if I can bring it up, now looks like. And so I removed it from the sauce. I want to show you how concentrated the sauce has become. It's quite thick. So this is where I was talking about how you have to add water. So my job today right now is to add some water and get this back up to temp. I don't want to add too much water though, because once the meatballs come in, it's going to rise, right? And then too much is too fast would be not good. But it is almost like a paste because it has cooked and reduced and then cooled. I need to tell you guys a little thing that, Rachel, Mom, you probably know this, but I want to make sure I mention it. Never put your sauce hot in the refrigerator. It will sour. And so the weirdest part of this sauce making that kind of trips my brain a little, but I figure generations of this it's okay. I've never gotten sick off of it, but when you are done with your day, you need to leave enough room for it to turn off the heat and be off the heat source and to cool naturally. And then once it's it might be just a tad bit warm, but really you want it to be almost room temperature before sticking it into your ice box. Or in years past, when we didn't have room in our ice box, I would actually stick it outside and the garage because it was cold enough. But regardless, you want to never put it in the refrigerator hot. And trust me, I've never had a problem with bacteria or any of that. But it can take some time, like sometimes up to like 2 hours or so for it to cool down naturally. And I have tested this theory personally, and yes, it did sour my sauce. And the other thing I learned is never do this in an aluminum pan or a cast iron pan. Both will make you sick, both leach the metals into the sauce, and you will not be well. At least that's what I've been told. And so stainless steel is the way to go. I guess you could also do a ceramic pot. That probably would be okay too. But again, you would never want to do this in aluminum, which I did it 1 year in aluminum because the only big stock pots in Moses at that time were the kind that did the whole, that they would use to make tamales. And they were nice and large. And I'm telling you, I had pitted marks all throughout the pot. And so I was like, okay, lesson learned, it's true. And then, of course, cast iron, same thing. So, anyway, so stainless steel pot, wooden spoon, and don't put it straight into the refrigerator to cool it down right away at the end of the day when you're about to go into day 3 or day 2, whatever. So I'm going to turn my heat on super low. I have it pretty high off the heat source, but this definitely I have gas, and so it definitely likes to bubble pretty quickly. I'm going to put my sausage in the refrigerator, and then later I'll add my meatballs when they're cooked to the pot. I'll separate everything out and freeze it into portions control, because I no longer I used to just do it all at once because we had a big enough amount of eaters in our home that it didn't last very long, even if I froze it. That's not the case anymore. So the whole point of me doing this is to save money, because spaghetti sauce is gotten to be absurd. And anyway, so today is meatball day, and the last day of cooking. So I'm excited for that because I really want to eat some meatballs and some sausage. I like to just eat it without anything else. So we're going to add the water. I was supposed to, I always do, in the past, save one of the tomato sauce cans for this purpose. Oh, I have to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, but I forgot to do that. I was multitasking, and I get a little ADHD, if you want to call it. in my, what I'm doing. And it was so funny. I was like cleaning up things around the house and just going from room to room. And sometimes I get distracted in the room and I go for one thing and then do another. And that's where I just threw them away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add just a tad bit more water. That's probably plenty. We'll go ahead with the rest, but that's plenty to start with for sure. And you also, I should have been better at showing you guys this. The color of the sauce changes at this point. The sauce started out pretty darn red. It's still a little red, but it's turning darker now. So when you're at the done, and how you know that your sauce is done is it should be almost, I'm not going to say it's going to be brown, but it is a dark red, it's almost a brown. It's not a bright, vibrant red because it has cooked all the goodness from all the ingredients and stewed it for so long. It's not burnt it. It's not a brown from burning. It's a different red color. So this is actually turning that color right now. If you can kind of see, it's almost the color of a deep Merlot wine. It's not purpley though. But anyway, so that is the color of a sauce that's doing the right thing. If it's bright red, it's not done. I can tell you that right now. It is not done. So to bring my sauce up to, I just put the lid, I don't put the lid on full force. I just cock it. So I have my lid on kind of like that. That lets it not get too hot too fast. It also lets things not fall into the sauce and allows the steam to be removed. So that's how we're going to start it. All day today, I'll probably add a little bit of water to kind of keep the consistency still kind of thick. But again, I'm going to add meat, and that weight is going to raise it up. So I don't want to be too close to the top by the time I'm done. So after this is up to temp and giving me some angel kisses, that's when I'll start the meatball process. But the meatball mixture has been marinating, and so it's probably ready. I think I got the right consistency. I did add an extra egg at the end of that other video. I was contemplating that. I did and some extra cheese just for that binder because it is such a lean piece of meat. So I will talk to you guys later.